Now, it's about 2 months to the end of the 8th Assembly and the birth of the 9th Assembly. And as usual, there are political intrigues going on for the leadership of the National Assembly. The way it's going, you will be forgiven for assuming that the election is holding next week. Anyway, our next report looks at the unfolding events and contenders that may shape the leadership of the 9th National Assembly.
A federal lawmaker, Senator Ali Ndume, has criticized the purported endorsement of Senator Ahmed Lawan for the position of Senate President by the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole. Senator Ndume is one of the front-runners vying for the position of Senate President in the 9th Assembly. Speaking to journalists in Abuja, Senator Ndume describes the endorsement as unconstitutional, explaining that the Constitution stipulates that the Senate and Deputy Senate President shall be elected by lawmakers. He explains that for the sake of unity and stability among party members as regards aspirations for the positions, the party leadership was expected to zone the positions and allow the contenders within the zone to emerge either by consensus or a shadow election.
The Senate should be what it is supposed to be. It is supposed to be an institution that clearly by the Constitution is supposed to be independent. And what I feel pained most about is that even in primary school or in your own locality or in your own small community, you don't impose a leader on even the children around your compound. They normally have a natural way of saying that this is our captain or this is supposed to be our leader. What Adam Oshomole, because it was him that said that, just threw it to us that Amelang should be our next Senate President. I don't believe that that is truly the position of Mr. President. Because let me add that before I went into this contest, I consulted with Mr. President and he gave me the go-ahead. I consulted with Tinubu, he gave me the go-ahead. That was even immediately after the primaries, before my election.
Meanwhile, a group of senators supporting Senator Ahmed Lawan for Senate President have described as untrue the allegations made by Senator Ali Ndume that the APC chairman, Adams Oshomole, unilaterally endorsed Senator Ahmed Lawan for the Senate President in the 9th Assembly. The spokesman for the group, Senator Sabi Abdullahi, during a press conference, says contrary to Senator Ndume's comments during a press conference on Tuesday, March the 6th, all the APC leaders are in agreement in their endorsement of Senator Ahmed Lawan as Senate President in the 9th Assembly. Senators Ahmed Lawan and Ali Ndume have emerged as the frontliners vying for the position of Senate President in the 9th Assembly.
The meeting I can refer to as official meeting.
In the 9th House of Representatives, one of the contenders for the position of Speaker in the incoming 9th House has advised that the National Assembly members be allowed to choose their leaders so as to ensure that the country has a robust legislature. Speaking in the National Assembly, the lawmaker agreed that the legislature must work together with the executive for the good of the country. But he emphasized that the legislature must still serve its role as a check on the executive.
National Assembly is the symbol of the democracy. Remove National Assembly, then you have authoritarian type of government. And it's established to check the essence of the executive. They cannot control the executive. And likewise, executive cannot control the legislative arm of government. Let me tell you, if you put the first son of the president to be the speaker of the House of Representatives or the Senate, it will work by the Constitution. You cannot say because it's a speaker, okay, the Constitution requires the president to lay the budget and say, okay, because it's my father, don't worry, just I'll come and collect the budget from you and I'll work on it. No. The Constitution requires that the president should lay the budget for the member and it is seized as a draft. So there are a lot of things we are getting wrong. And I believe with time we will get it right. But for us to have a very robust democracy in this nation, we should allow the law to take its course. There's a way we can do a lot of things behind the camera. We are the same party, and I believe the leadership of the National Assembly also, when in March, we work with the executive in order to have a very robust dividend of democracy to the Nigerians. We must work together, but at the same time, there must be check and balances.
During the week, another lawmaker indicated his intention to vie for the position of Speaker in the 9th National Assembly.
We believe that as our democracy grows, it requires competent and committed individuals with requisite experience and pedigree to build and strengthen our institutions. One of such institutions is the Parliament, and in particular the House of Representatives, which is the House of the Nigerian people. We know that the task ahead is enormous, but surmountable. I therefore stand before you today to make a solemn declaration to seek the office of the Speaker of the 9th House of Representatives. I am offering myself for the position of Speaker because the 9th Assembly deserves the best of leadership. I am convinced, and I believe you are aware, that I possess the necessary legislative and personal credentials to effectively lead the House to enviable heights. As spokesperson for the House, I represented and defended the legislature effectively for 4 years. This, you can attest to that. Hence, I am better positioned to preside and speak for the House as a Speaker. I am not contesting because I have been anointed or endorsed by any entrenched interest, but because I am the candidate of the Nigerian people. This ambition is not self-serving. It is in national interest. It is for the Nigerian project.
Interestingly, more contenders are throwing their hat into the ring. The build-up to the fight for the leadership of the Senate and the House of Representatives is the most intense I have seen in a long while. And to think we still have over 2 months to go. Away from that, lawmakers will be resuming plenary next week, while the newly elected ones will be going through an induction ceremony. Next week promises to be loaded with juicy stories, and you can look forward to it here on the Gavel. You can be rest assured that we've got you covered. Anyway, that's our show this week. Thanks for staying with me. I'm Lanre Lasisi. Bye and take care.